You should be watching.
Yeah, baby, I know it.
Can we get much higher? So high. Enough of that though. What's good, people? I missed y'all. I ain't gonna front. But kicking it off, not DF. We're gonna get to DF in a second. We got my good man AFFM Customs, and he got a message for us. Special thanks to my brother ZG, aka Brother Rupture, for these amazing picks, of course. So apparently my Diamond Vegeta pegs work on the new Vegeta. So if you have a VT/DV peg, that will work on any 2.0 head, including the Tonson head. So oh wait, the VT is the 2.0 Vegeta peg, which also fits on the Tonson body, as I understand. And the Diamond Vegeta will also work with these peg on this body. Hopefully I got that right. Yo, Adrian, don't kill me. We just went over this. But and the V3, which is Beast Deities 3.0 Vegeta, for the Beast Deities heads. I will have a peg for the new UE heads and the Super Saiyan 3 heads soon, but eBay is being a pain. So once his eBay is updated with the pegs that you can use to potentially work with this new Vegeta, of course, I'll update the description. But I just wanted to make y'all privy to that. Be on the lookout for my good man AFFM Customs. And with that being said, let's move right along.
Look at my horse is amazing.
Alright, people, could y'all believe I was really about to say, what segment should I do next? Obviously DF, duh. I always start off with DF, well, except for this video, but y'all get the picture. Either way, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is actually in stock on a bunch of AliExpress stores. I have some links in the description below. As far as it being available on something like 5K Toys, I don't even remember it going up for pre-order on 5K Toys, to be honest. So I don't know if they'll even have it, but perhaps it'll just show up as just a regular stock, because out of nowhere, the Tonson Fusion Reborn Gogeta showed up in stock out of nowhere, and they never sell Tonson product. They've only sold Tonson product one other time, and that was when the Vegeta head sculpts was fresh. But either way, let's just get through these pictures, right? Probably one of the basic... Yo, can I speak English, bro? Either way, probably one of the biggest effect pieces that we've gotten with a Goku figure, or in that size range, you know? Of course, it's meant to be for the Dragon Fist, and this is looking good. Looks solid. Looks pretty good. Now, this is supposed to be a comparison picture between both Gokus. I believe that hair on the... what is it? My left? That's meant to be recustom, or at least a recast of it. I'm not too sure. There's been so much that comes out. Sometimes it can be hard to keep track, even though it's my job to keep track. I'm pretty sure that's recustom though. And there goes the box, as you can see. Huge box, square box. I feel like there's a that's what C said. Goddamn, can I speak? That's what C... Alright, forget it. Either way, yeah, I get what I was trying to say. It's one of those jokes that belong there. And here we have the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So if you know this is coming out soon, most likely that Tonson Gogeta is about to come out soon. Specifically, you know, Super Saiyan 4. And I have to say, this round of the Gogeta Wars is looking a lot more even. I can't front. It's looking a lot more even, at least between these two. We'll get to another company later on in the video. But for now, it's looking like it could be pretty even. And you're going to get a good value with DF. I don't know. I might make that a discussion video, or even just a question for y'all. How has DF been able to keep their prices so consistent throughout the years? Even with all the price increases, DF is the sole company, even from official, even compared to official, DF has kept its prices mad consistent. How have they been able to do that for this long? I don't know. Either way, here we have a render for a DF Gohan Beast. We'll see what becomes of this. At least that's what I've been told. It was Gohan Beast. We'll see what becomes of this. You know, we'll see if this sees the light of day. If they were smart with this Gohan, that better not just be like a torso with no forward and back movement. They better had used the games begin mechanic. And really, if they really wanted to take it to a next level, they could insert something so you don't have that big gapping in the back with like the Games Begin Goku. Either way, let's move right along. So right now what we have here is this early Z Goku, and this is just the faceplates. It's gonna be a full figure. As you can see, early Z Goku looks like it's meant to be Kaioken. Nox 002A, Nox 001A, of course, non-Kaioken, and of course they're labeling all this separately, kind of like how Tonson labels part of their product Kami 1, and then what's the other part that be labeled? What does it be labeled? I can't. Mushroom or something. I can't think of it off the top of no, roof. My bad, roof. That would be like two different boxes labeled, but we know it's all gonna be shipped as a single thing, right? So you got all these different variants. One, I guess this is a more pearlescent Kaioken. There's more like a matte Kaioken. Of course, your standard base right here, and here are the different bodies, as I told you before, Kaioken, whatnot. And here is like one of the more recent updates where they're showing you the adjustments that they're making with the figure. So, and of course, making it less angular, making the muscles less angular makes a lot of sense. It's that early Z art style. It's more roundy, cartoony-esque art style, if I could describe it that way. Did I download the same picture twice? Oh no, there's more emphasis on the arm. But either way, here's the printed out version. I'm guessing this is the printed out version before they did those render updates, but looks solid. It looks like something that should be like a standard, that would have been like a standard Tamashii update release or something, but definitely will work very well for our early Z Goku, especially capturing that more rounder art style for the muscles. That being said, we're gonna move right along. Of course, if I can find pre-order links, that'll be in the description. Just give me time to update it. Let's move on to the next thing. Alright, so now we move on to BSM Studio Black Shark Model. And we got a whole bunch of pictures to go through, so bear with me. Some of these you might have seen in previous videos. I can't remember. It's so much stuff that comes out in between videos, but either way, the main showcase here is meant to be the dragon. I don't believe the figure is the main thing that they meant to that they're trying to show off here. Either way, I mean, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the main thing is meant to be the statue, the dragon statue. Now, how or why, I don't know how to feel about this dragon statue, especially since DF is already doing it. It's whatever to me. I mean, it looks cool, and of course the figure that they're showing off looks to be, oh wait, we'll get to that in a second, don't worry. The figure that they're showing off seems to be, what is this, the Beast Deities Goku battle damage version with some of their kit adjustments with the Ari custom hair. Either way, it's like the statues, whatever. Here's what I wanted to get to. I remember I showed off this render a while back, and I was like, I don't know who's making this, but it looks kind of cool. It's just a random render that came out of nowhere. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and this is something I think I briefly referenced in the Demonical Fit part, where I was like, at least between Tonson and DF, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Wars is a little bit more neck and neck than I was before. With the previous releases, but this right here is shaping up to be pretty nice. I don't know. It's shaping up to be pretty nice. Of course, there's still refinement to be made, and of course, adding the joints. But continuing on, like, this looks really good right here. I can't front. It's looking real nice. Now, ultimately, we'll find out how nice it is once we actually have it in hand, but it looks good thus far. Now, of course, a render like I said, render could always look good, but you get the final product and it's just whatever. It depends on how the articulation is, and of course the price point is always going to play a factor in this type of thing. So we'll see how everything actually shapes up to be. but it's shaping up real nice thus far. It looks about the same amount of accessories that you get with both the Tonson and the DF Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So like I said, time is going to tell the tale with this thing. Now if the statue is meant to come with this, man, okay, maybe they add a little bit extra. They might be cooking. What is this? So damn it, I hate that this picture is like this. This is meant to be a battle damage kit, replacement kit for the Games Begin Goku. So if you wanted to, of course, change your Games Begin Goku into a more battle damage version, here you'll have it. If I can find pre-orders for it, of course I'll put that in the link in the description. Here's a battle damage blue undershirt Goku piece. And of course this is pretty cool right here. They're coming out with an angel kit for, you know, at the end of the Cell Saga when he's, you know, waving goodbye. The iconic artwork or picture of him with, what is he with King Kai in that picture? But either way, doesn't matter. They coming out with the kit for Angel Goku, and it's shaping up to be, you know, pretty good. We'll see how it actually comes out. I believe there's another kit that came out for Angel Goku. What was the name of that studio? Damn, can't even remember the name of that studio. So many studios. I remember when it was only like 3 or 4 studios, and now it's a million of them. Here's more pictures. Like I said, there's a 1,000,001 pictures for this, you know. Farewell Goku. That's a good way to describe it. Farewell Goku. Some more pictures. Windswept, saying goodbye here. I ain't gonna lie, when I saw this specific comparison right here, I was like, hold up. Yeah, about to do Goku in that outfit from the volume cover? Like from the last volume cover? That would be, I mean, that outfit color is kind of wonky, but it would be a surprise because I don't see anybody doing that fit anytime soon. But either way, as we move forward, that base hair looks pretty cool. Battle damage, of course, more renders. And at this point, as you can see, I don't have a whole lot to say about. Oh, wait, we got some footage. I'm saying it like I didn't put this whole thing together, but I forgot that there was actually video footage. They showing you how well the figure is meant to articulate with their kit. I don't even know how long this video is. I'm just watching it with y'all. Yo, this is so unprofessional, but hey, this is meant to be relatable, not professional. So if you come here for professionalism, you got the wrong channel, buddy. But either way, you get the point. They made, I wonder, will that actually be detachable like that? That's a different kind of, okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That's interesting, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's something different. Yeah, I had to think about that. I don't know how I feel about that replaceable hair. It's gonna have to fit in very snugly if that's gonna be any good. But either way, moving right along. More pictures with the kit. And if you're wondering about this hair sculpt, if you're like, oh, what Super Saiyan hair is that? We're about to cover that hair sculpt literally in the next segment. So stay tuned. Yeah, just more printed out stuff. So either way, that's the last of that. Moving right along. So as I promised, GM Studios, if you're new here, this is their Super Saiyan Goku head sculpt, and this should be coming out relatively soon. Now, where can you get it? Most likely some AliExpress store. I didn't see it go up on for pre-order on something like Omni-Made store or 5K Toys, which, you know, people have their gripes for those two places because, you know, usually the complaints I've heard is customer service. But either way, this is what I mean by it being very close to being done. Kits, like I said, pretty much done. And here we have, you know, in color photo of the finished product. And yeah, that's just a quick update on the GM Studio Super Saiyan Goku head sculpt. They also came out with some Gogeta head sculpts, but I feel like the stock on that was short. Like I was gonna get it and do a showcase with Gogeta, but couldn't find it. Maybe I'll probably do some more looking at some point during the week, but I got some other stuff to get to video wise before we even get there. Either way, let's move on to the next segment.
It's still a mystery.
So now we have a mystery studio. I almost forgot this was gonna even be in the video. A Mystery Studio is about to drop, not about to drop, but they plan to drop. They have intentions on dropping a Janemba. This is box office right here. You know, I always talk about Broly being box office. Even Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, box office, at least over here in the West. This is real box office right here. A box office villain, to be more specific. And it looks like it's coming along real nicely. My brain is working faster than I could speak. My apologies. But one thing I'll say about this, just for clarity's sake, when these pictures were posted, nobody referred to these as the Red Leaf Janembas. So this is not Red Leaf. This is a separate studio. Now, my speculation on who could it be, I want to say Taunton really bad, because we got a picture a while back with a pixelated Janemba prototype, but it was never any confirmation as to who it was, you know, who it belonged to. Same thing with this. We technically don't have a confirmed studio. My speculation is that it could be Taunton, but it could be somebody completely new. It could be Taunton under a new alias for all we know. It could, with third party, you never know. You're getting the picture, right? But with this being said, like I said, this looks like it's coming along real nicely. I'll keep y'all updated on this, and we'll move right along.
HM Studio on the air.
And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, yo, this took me for a loop, because when I found out who was making this, I was like, yo, you greedy son of a. But it is what it is, you know. People, if it's gonna make money, it's gonna make money. What can we say about that? Either way, HM and Air. HM already did Gohan Beast head sculpts, and now they're doing a collaboration kit with Air. That is so funny to me, you know. Hey, but get your money, because people gonna get it. And this head sculpt seemed to, not that one, this one, because both will be in the kit, but it'll be different variants, like a silver variant, of course this gray variant, and things of that nature. But it'll always come with both head sculpts, but different colors. Either way, this particular hair I think is based off of the redraws from TERRA when when Gohan goes beast mode against Goku on Beerus's planet. So, and here looks more like this looks like a artwork that I've seen from Dragon Ball Legends for one of the units that you could pull. But yeah, a very interesting kit to now drop. I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in this. Matter of fact, I think the pre-orders went up on 5K and closed already. So I can't even say I think people will be interested in this. People are definitely interested in this. But you know, as some people may say, like, how many Gohan Beast head sculpts do we need? How many kits do we actually need? Well, as long as people will buy, people will make, I guess. And of course, this, you know, particular kit, you're gonna get, of course, the 2 separate head sculpts. You're getting the special beam cannon effect, and of course, to go with that special beam cannon effect, you get the little red lightning. And wait, is that meant to be 8 faceplates altogether? Hey man, that's a lot. Either way, the price point. Damn, I don't remember what the price point was meant to be for this. I think I remember seeing like 50 or 60 for this. I'll have to check. What do you call it? I'll have to check like Omni store, because I believe this was on at Omni store. Maybe I'm bugging. Where else was this at? Either way, $50-$60 I think it was meant to be. But I also saw some places, AliExpress, I'm looking at you, like kind of upcharging like $70 for the kit, which is crazy to me. But either way, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. On to the next section. Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy. Yo, I waited the whole video to do that. But yeah, specifically because I saw this caption. What you call it? What is it saying? ZT and Bully Toys are 2 different studios. Though, by the way, this is the ZT Studios Battle Damage green hair version for Broly. Just so you know. Please do not combine or kit bash products from other studios without authorization. Any copyright related or other issues arising from such authorized combination shall be sole responsibility of a person who made up an incorrect combination. They're two different studios, allegedly. Okay. I mean, I guess so. I'll take your word for it, 5K. Two different studios, of course. But yeah, this is actually up for pre-order on 5K Toys if you're interested. I actually posted a link for it earlier today because I knew I was going to make this video and I knew I was going to include it in here. But just in case, you know, it sold out or it was going to sell out fast, as soon as I got it from my good man Divine, shout out to Divine, I decided to, you know, give y'all a link. But yeah, ZT Broly Battle Damage version. I already got both versions. I'm gonna do separate reviews for both. You gotta get the moolah, you know. Now, of course, one of them is gonna be a lot quicker of a review, but expect those in the coming 2 weeks, I would say. But we're not done with ZT because they also showed something else off earlier today, or was that yesterday? Can't remember. Sometimes it blurs together. This is the other thing that they showed off. Basically, Super Saiyan 3 Broly. I am not sure how I feel about that Super Saiyan 3 hair sculpt. I am not gonna lie. At all. I'm very iffy on that Super Saiyan 3 head sculpt. I'm not saying, or hair sculpt rather. I'm not saying it's bad, but meh. Not for me. I would have loved it to be have more volume, not so skinny at the top, and I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, even though I kind of just said it just now. Either way, I think this will be the last part for this video. Usually, I'm like, damn, I think I forgot something, but this time I think I really got everything I was going to cover in this particular video. I say that now and then, overtime. Either way, with all this being said, this has been BombasticPlastic. If you want more news and whatnot, check out some past videos. I have something pop up on the screen as suggested videos. But this has been BombasticPlastic. Stay fantastic. I appreciate the support and patience. Have a blessed and prosperous day.
Overtime! Ping pong!
Okay, so I really don't even know how I managed to do this every time. I promise you this is unintentional. The video be almost done editing and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot this. And it's not even this that I had intended on including in overtime, but I saw it and I said, might as well include it. The next two things are, sorry for the background noise, my window is open, but we doing it. we balling. This is the Demonical Fit Martial is Forever Return from Beyond. So if you're not particularly fond of the Games Begin Goku, I think this is a nice alternative. And of course, you gotta love Demonical Fit's different the different names that they give their product. But let's move on to the next two, which is what I really wanted to cover.
Ping pong!
So up next we have the KW Cells, a product people thought was canceled. Yo, third party is the Wild Wild West, you know. Sometimes y'all know why, you might understand why I might not say something is completely definitive, because something like this could happen. Box reveal and releases in May. So the KW Perfect Cells is gonna come out sometime in May, or at least it should start shipping sometime in May. Unbelievable. I don't even really know what to say, but I guess this ultimately was a good thing for the people that purchased this and really wanted it. On to the next thing.
Ping pong!
Okay, so last but most certainly not least, at least for me, is this figure right here. If you're not quite recognizing it, this is meant to be Omega Shenron. Now, the name of this product, I'm guessing it's called Cyrus Wrath. In terms of the company, it's probably somewhere on this and all of this. But for this segment, for the sake of the easiness of naming the segment, it's just gonna be named. I called it Cyrus again. Sirius Wraith. Dragon Ball. I'm not beating the Dragon Ball fan allegations. But either way, this is a third-party Omega Shenron. Do we know who's making it? Like I said, I'm just, for the sake of simplicity, Sirius Wraith is going to be what I'm calling the company, even though I think it's most likely Devil Eye Studio and Lionheart, which is some type of branch of course, Beast Deity, because that's the only other company that has announced even doing a Shadow Dragons. There was one really bad Omega Shenron that I wish I had got just for the sake of having it back in the day, but I don't even remember the name of that particular company. But with all this being said, I'm not going to read that read up for you. You can pause the video, read it for yourself if it's clear enough or if it's big enough to read. But yeah, I just wanted to include this. And until next time, peace.